A very happy morning to all students. Today we'll be continuing the lesson Unit 22 World of Microbes with the topic Applications of Microbes. So far we have discussed about the microorganisms and its types. Also we have discussed about the harmfulness, also the usefulness of microorganisms. In this video we'll be discussing briefly about the applications of microbes in various fields. Microorganisms contribute to human welfare in many ways. So in this section, we'll study about the brief usefulness of microorganisms. So microorganisms are used in agriculture, industries, medicine, also in various fields. Okay, so today we'll be discussing about the microbes in agriculture, also the microbes in industries and the microbes in medicine. So I'll start with microbes in agriculture. So microorganisms are playing a major role in agriculture as biocontrol agents and biofertilizers. I think you might have heard about this. So microbes are also playing a vital role in the cycling of elements, okay, in the atmospheric elements like carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur and phosphorus. So how microbes are playing a major role as biofertilizers? So literally biofertilizers are enrich the soil with nutrients, isn't it? So microorganisms like bacteria, cyanobacteria, it is a blue-green algae, cyanobacteria, which is called spirulina. I think you might have heard about it. And fungi. These are the main sources of biofertilizers. Then nitrogen. It is an element and it is playing a major role in plant growth. Okay, so here the atmospheric nitrogen has to be converted to available form of nitrogen. So atmospheric nitrogen cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. Okay, so certain bacteria like blue bacteria and blue green algae are present in the soil to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and converting it into compounds of nitrogen. Okay, so in plants even the presence of chlorophyll is also formed by the presence of nitrogen. Okay, it is developing their own proteins because of nitrogens. So this atmospheric nitrogen is converting into the available form of nitrogen is done by the microbes which is living freely. Okay, free living condition. Either the microbes which can survive themselves independently can convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the available form of nitrogen for soil and plants. Also, it is also done by the microorganisms which have a symbiotic relationship. So symbiotic relationship in the sense the organisms which is living closely to the soil or which is living closely with the plants, okay, they can convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the available nitrogen. It is one of the major usefulness of microorganism. So they have given you two examples for each, that is Azotobacter, nostoc, which is the free living microorganisms. Also the symbiotic microorganisms are Rhizobium and Frankia. The next topic is microbes as biocontrol agents. Since the role of microorganism in agriculture is it is either acting as a biocontrol agent or a biofertilizer. We have discussed about biofertilizer. Now we'll see about the biocontrol agents. So biocontrol agents in the sense the microorganisms which is used for controlling harmful or pathogenic organisms, also the pests of a plant, okay, which is controlling the pest attack or insect attack to a particular plant is called as biocontrol agents, that is the biopesticides. So Bacillus thuringiensis, which is called as BT, it is a bacterial species that produces a protein called cryprotein. Okay, the bacterial species Bacillus thuringiensis will produce a protein called cryprotein, and this cryprotein is toxic to an insect larva, and it is killing the insects, which is affecting the plants. Okay. So how it is inserted into a plant? It is not exactly inserting into a plant. It is just spraying on the plants like pesticides. Okay. So the spores of Bacillus thuringiensis are available in sachets. Okay, packets available in packets. So, so what is mean by spores? So spores is a reproductive cells. I think I have told you once. During rainy seasons, we could smell something pleasantly, isn't it? That is not a smell of a sand or something else. It is a reproduction. The bacteria which is present in the soil are opening their spores to reproduce. Isn't okay? So spores is a reproductive cells which having the capability of developing a new individual without fusing with another reproductive cell. So these spores are dissolved in water and sprayed on the plants infected with insect larvae. Okay. Microbes in industries. Microorganisms play an important role in the production of wide variety of valuable products for the welfare of human beings. So it also playing a major role in industries for the production of various food items. Okay, first we'll see the production of fermented beverages. So beverages like wine are produced by fermentation of grapefruit by Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, so what is meant by fermentation? It is a kind of metabolic process where your organic substrates are converted into chemical changes. Okay, so what is the role of microorganism in the wine production? See, they have given you a microorganism. It is a fungi. Okay, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is a kind of fungi. They'll add yeast for the production of wine. So this yeast will convert. So literally, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is present only in the skin of fruits. Okay, it is mainly found in the skin of fruits, and when the grapefruit is added in the wine production with the yeast, the sugar molecule will convert it into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay, there your organic substrate will be converting into alcohol and carbon dioxide due to some chemical changes. Okay. The next thing is curing of coffee beans, tea leaves and tobacco leaves. So what is meant by curing? It is a process called drying of leaves and making it to lose the green color of particular leaves. Okay. It is fermented by the bacteria called Bacillus megaterium. So literally, what is the role of Bacillus megaterium in the fermentation of these coffee beans, tea leaves and tobacco leaves? So literally the basic use of the particular bacteria Bacillus megaterium is it is promoting the plant growth and it is also acting as a disease resistant. Okay, that is the main role of this particular bacteria. So after the curing of these leaves, they lose their green color and the greenish smell of particular leaves. Okay, so that this gives the special aroma. Then production of curd. This is the very familiar one, and lactobacillus sp, which is converting milk into curd. Okay, so how it is getting converted? So literally milk is contain a protein called casein protein. Here the curd forms because of the chemical reaction which is going between the lactic acid and the casein protein. Okay, so here the bacteria, that is lactobacillus, is using the enzyme to produce the energy for this conversion. So the next one is the production of organic acids, enzymes and vitamins. So not only it is used for making the food beverages and also for agriculture, it is also used for making several organic acids, okay, like oxalic acid. So oxalic acid will be in the form of white crystals, okay. When we dissolve it in a water, we'll get a pure white clear solution. Then acetic acid. So acetic acid is nothing but it is a vinegar, and also citric acid. So usually citric acid occurs in all citrus fruits, okay. These are produced by the fungus Aspergillus niger, okay. So Aspergillus niger we can see in our daily routine, daily life. When you take an onion, you could see black dotted spots in the onion, and that is the Aspergillus niger, okay. It is mainly cause diseases on grapes, onions, likewise. So it also used for the production of enzymes like lipases, invertase, proteases and glucose oxidase are derived from microbes. So yeast are rich source of vitamin B complex. It is a very big production process. Then the next thing is microbes in medicine. So when it comes to medicine, either it could have been an antibiotic or vaccine, okay. So antibiotic. So antibiotic, this is the metabolic products of microorganisms which in very low concentration, either it is used as a prevention or harmful to other microbes, okay. So antibiotic, what is meant by antibiotic? So it is a kind of medicine which is used to stop infection caused by microorganism. Either it is a prevention vaccine, prevention medicine from another microorganism, or it is harmful to that particular another microorganism. In 1929, Alexander Fleming produced the first antibiotic, penicillin. Okay, this is the very first antibiotic which is produced by Alexander Fleming. In human beings, antibiotics are used to control infectious diseases like cholera, diphtheria, pneumonia, typhoid, etc. These are the main diseases caused by microorganisms which can be controlled by antibiotics. So they have given you a table that is which contains class of microorganism and type of microorganisms and antibiotic produced. Okay, first they have given you the bacteria. Main microorganisms are Streptomyces graecosus. Okay, so the antibiotic which is produced from Streptomyces graecosus is streptomycin. Okay, the second thing is Streptomyces erythraeus. Okay, the antibiotic which produced is erythromycin. Then the third one is Bacillus subtilis. Then bacitracin is the antibiotic produced from Bacillus subtilis. Then fungi. Penicillium notatum, antibiotic is penicillin, and Cephalosporium acromonium, and the antibiotic is cephalosporin. Learn it and pronounce it. And vaccines, the next topic is vaccine. So vaccine, it is used to stimulate the production of antibodies. When it is injected into the human body, it is stimulating the production of antibodies, and it is providing immunity against the particular disease. Okay, that is the difference between antibiotic and vaccine. And it is either prepared by killing or making the microbes inactive, weakening, that is weakening the microorganism, attenuated, which is called as weakening the microorganism. Okay, so once the microorganism is inactivated, it cannot produce, it cannot cause any kind of disease or harmful to the human body. It has an ability to produce the antibodies against that particular antigen. Okay, so here they have given you a table, that is the vaccine produced against the disease. Then type of vaccine, name of the vaccine, and disease. So the first thing is live attenuated. So live attenuated in the sense, as I said already, the bacteria will be inactivated. Not only the bacteria, the microorganisms will be inactivated and inserted into the human body, not which is inserting as a whole germ. Okay, so name of the vaccine, it is MMR. MMR means measles, mumps and rubella. Okay, MMR vaccine. Okay, literally. Then BCG, that is Bacillus calmette-guerin, which is acting against tuberculosis. Okay. Then the next thing is inactivated, that is killed antigen, killed microorganism. And the vaccine is poliovirus, IPV, that is inactivated poliovirus, and the disease is polio. Then subunit vaccine. So what is meant by subunit? So here they are not including the whole germ into the process of vaccine production. Just they are including the part of a bacteria, that is part of a microorganism, instead of using the whole cell. Either it may be the part of a protein. Okay. The name of the vaccine is hepatitis B vaccine, which is acting against hepatitis B. Then the next thing is toxoid vaccine. So toxoid in the sense, already the microorganism is very harmful to the human part. Okay, so they are making it into non-toxin and inserting into the production of vaccine, that is tetanus toxoid, TT vaccine, and the disease is tetanus, and diphtheria toxoid, which is acting against diphtheria. Thank you.